If I was gonna tell you to watch any Godzilla movie, watch the first one from the new series.
The 2014.
There we go.
okay.
That's like basically they took OG Japanese Godzilla and gave
Black
him a
and
makeover.
white 70s.
They took that and gave him a makeover. I have to really think about my life choices when I bought
yeah.
this card. I'm not gonna say how much I spent on it because I'm too embarrassed. Because even my girlfriend's like, "Why do you do this?"
I know the feeling.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, and I watched Attack on Titan. I watched one season and I was traumatized.
No.
and I was-
Attack on Titan is. So, Ahmed, welcome back to our podcast, man. We missed you.
Thank you, buddy. It's been a while.
Oh
It's
yeah.
been a long time since I came back. I think the last time we spoke about e-games, I didn't have
It
much.
was the first time they were showing esports in the
Esports.
Olympics.
I didn't have much to say.
Oh, it's fine. You had a sportsman point of view
Yeah.
to show on that one, and actually very insightful.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried.
I mean, think about it. Archery in video games became a sport in E-series. How? You know?
Yeah.
There isn't Olympics for
E-series.
games?
Yeah.
E-series.
I didn't know this. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, for real.
I had to go do my quick research. I was like, really?
I think Saudi is hosting it for the next 10 years.
That's
So what is
that's
it
for the
like?
World Cup.
People go do
But
sports
it's
on a
esports,
Wii?
right?
Oh yeah.
I like that. The Wii Sports.
Yeah, like
Wii
what's-
characters. I like
No,
that.
We started to
talking
do
like
that,
that.
How-
but they failed.
It's legit.
Okay,
No,
because you said archery.
No,
I've done archery. So how would
it's not through
esports
Wii.
archery
it's
be?
not through Wii. It's through like the whole like
VR
Could be an augment
It is.
AR,
Augment- yeah.
VR thing, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh man,
It's an
you know,
esport. It's an esport now. Esports in the Olympics. That's how they first started. Then they went. Now they're doing the World Cup in Saudi Arabia.
For the next 10 years,
The next
There you
we're
go.
hosting it.
The next one is
Yeah.
happening in like July.
This
and
year?
Yeah, this year, and it's going around for like 8 weeks.
Oh, wow.
See, I didn't know this.
So too many games
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
All right.
So coming back to the topic.
So we actually love having you around, considering that you got the kaiju thing going on for you right now. And
Yeah.
honestly, cool shirt, man.
Thank
cool
you.
shirt.
Funny enough, my
I
girlfriend
can-
got me
I
this
can-
shirt.
I can see
it's
Mothra.
OG Godzilla. You got
I can,
I'm gonna
I can
say-
see
you got
Mothra, Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, and Rodan.
I'm gonna say something very controversial. I've never seen a Godzilla movie.
What?
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
How do you guys have? How do you have it on the show?
thing.
I don't know, man. Now excuse me. If you'll excuse me, I need to throw this.
You have to be Godzilla
Hey
certified.
yo, I'm wearing a white shirt. Please let me
I
at
don't
least
give a
change
damn.
shirts, bro.
I don't give a damn.
Why? What was the?
I don't know, man. I even came close once.
Not
The
even the-
last time it was in cinema, like
Not
it
even
was
the
one of
Kong.
those weekends. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
The last Godzilla movie that was in the cinema.
That was
Oh,
Khan, right?
Kong, yeah.
But
Godzilla vs.
I
Kong,
think
huh?
yes. And I came very close to going to watch it, like
Yeah.
out of boredom on a weekend and stuff, but it still didn't end up.
You would have
going.
still enjoyed it, even though you.
It was a good
had no
one.
idea what's
It was a
going on.
good one. It was a good one. Godzilla vs.
Like,
Kong.
do I-
Oh, a good take on King Kong.
I'll do it. As franchises go, if you are a true fan of said franchise, it could be whatever. If you like that franchise, you will go there. You will go in with a good attitude. You will leave with a good attitude.
Yes.
Because you like that character.
Yes.
You want to
Exactly.
sit and enjoy that. You want to see Godzilla do his thing.
Exactly. Don't
You know?
depend on reviews.
There we go. There we go. That's like my favorite.
So which
Ruined
Godzilla
it.
should I
That
watch?
things.
Well, watch the first Godzilla. You won't like it for sure because it was to be honest, the
like
first
I
Godzilla
like it.
was
What's
good.
Godzilla minus
Wait,
one?
which one? Are you talking about the American lizard Godzilla?
No,
No,
not-
No, we're talking the
God, the Japanese one.
not the one with Matthew
main one.
Broderick.
the main one.
Yeah, the OG.
Wait, the black and white one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Start him off with a guy.
No, no, for him, I'm suggesting
That's
go with -1. -1 not good.
Okay, if I was gonna tell you to watch any Godzilla movie, watch the first one from the new series.
The 2014.
There we go.
okay.
That's like basically they took OG Japanese Godzilla and gave
Black
him a
and
makeover.
white 70s.
They took that and gave him a makeover. Basically, that's basically what happened in 2014.
And that's actually they started an entire universe called the Monsterverse.
Thank you. Yes. So once you're done with that, go watch Monarch on Apple TV. All right, which I thought was brilliant, by the way.
Yeah.
Monarch.
I would like
you
to
seen it?
say we support.
Not yet.
Pirates.
Not seen,
What?
not seen one,
What?
not seen one.
If you're a fan,
I am.
watch
Once a
it. It's
pirate,
so
always
good,
a
dude.
pirate.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Stop with the pirate stuff, man. No more pirates.
What are you? Piracy?
He supports piracy.
Oh,
Torrents, bro.
Come
no,
on,
come on, man. Torrents, that's your
Go
thing?
watch on Apple TV, man.
Just pay for it.
Pay
man.
for it.
Just pay for it. Yeah.
You have money. Pay for it.
Or you can lend from some friend.
don't-
Some
no
friend can
one's
lend them.
we can
money.
You know what's my excuse for now paying? I'll
Yeah.
tell you, this is like, it's been like, I'm just tired of going to shady websites
Oh yeah.
And like, you know, when you click and then another website.
So many pages pop up.
Yeah, exactly.
Pop-ups, add-ins.
Dude, but every
So many malware. So many malware.
You want to
Malware,
watch
malware.
something, it's on Netflix. You want to watch something else, it's
Amazon
on
Prime.
Amazon.
Paramount
You wanna watch
Plus.
Something else, it's
Get-
like
get it
Hulu.
all.
It's
Get it all.
It's how.
get it all. It's like, but what, $1,000 a month for?
What? You don't look.
You don't have money for utility, but you have to
Why
pay
do you
bill for
think they
that.
make so much content? Because
me-
they
to me, I'm
use
just-
your
I'm-
money to invest on new content. They use your
Yes.
money to invest on new content.
For me, it's just I'm buying comfort. Like, I'm not gonna sit and like try to go to 1,000 websites, get God knows how many,
How many
you know,
viruses,
and
malwares, yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? This happened recently. This happened when I was trying to watch. I'm trying to rewatch Community.
Okay.
All right, and I love that show. Community is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Okay.
It's,
It's the
it's,
one where
it's
that guy goes back to college.
Community.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
it's a bunch of characters. The guy, yeah, exactly. I'll go back to
Yeah,
college.
that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You know, yeah. So I was trying to rewatch it, like, again, failing to go to different websites. I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
I found it on Apple TV. I'm just gonna buy the season.
Ah.
You know, just gonna buy the
that's good.
season, just sit and watch it. No random.
Yeah, you're
pop-ups.
buying comfort.
But the thing is, I agree
Miss
with
the days
this.
where you could get hard copies of stuff.
Do the good old days, man.
Honestly-
Those were the
honestly,
days.
yeah.
Those were the days.
I gotta say, I do not.
I
miss-
still have physical copies.
I don't miss them anymore. Because
I do.
one,
I do.
one-
I do.
I do.
I don't.
When
miss
you
them.
hold them in
I'll
hand,
tell
now
you
you
what.
feel.
I'll tell you what. All right. First of all, the CDs are always remember when the times where you are able to rent out a DVD.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Of course.
Blockbuster.
All right.
Rest in
Blockbuster.
peace.
I was in Canada. Rest in peace, man. Seriously.
Okay. So, but the problem is every time you rent out a DVD, it always comes back dirty, scratched up.
Yes, yes.
or-
That's why.
I'm not talking
That's
about
why you
rent.
buy it, though.
I'm not talking about
Don't
renting.
buy it. You rent
I'm not
it.
talking about renting. I'm talking about owning.
Owning it.
But
Owning
even
it.
when you own it,
It's in your collection, man.
Here's the thing that I don't like about streaming services. Well, it's a symptom of a streaming service.
Okay.
yes.
I downloaded Ghost of Tsushima while I had the PSN Plus.
Okay.
Okay.
My PSN Plus subscription, I don't renew it.
Alas.
Few months later, I come to play the game and it does not allow me.
You can't. You
know?
can't. Yes.
Is that
Buy
the
it.
game?
That's a headache.
Yeah,
That's a
You
headache.
see,
I'm out of my
PlayStation,
element here.
Without PSN, you can't do it.
all right, so PlayStation Plus. Is
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please.
I got it. I know. I got it.
Yeah.
All right,
You need to pay the membership fee to play. You can't own the
didn't know
games.
this.
Yeah, yeah. On digital,
didn't
you
know
can't
this.
own it. You are renting it from the companies. It's like that.
I did not know this.
Oh yeah.
I'm slowly siding with him now.
Well, that's because
Dude, I went and sold
That's
my
because
PlayStation Digital and got a PlayStation disc.
Does.
That's
Just
much
for
better. That's a much better.
Just for this reason.
you
Oh,
sold
okay.
an entire console, you can buy a game.
No, I sold the entire.
But you could have
console
taken.
to buy the disc version.
The
of that
disc version,
console.
yeah.
I had a.
Sam, but you could have got the DVD player separately, and you can put it in the system.
Such a hassle, man. I kind of go with them to sell it.
Yeah,
buy a
because you would be like it had the port. Sorry,
can
it had
get a writer
the place,
separately.
and
It's
then you
cheaper.
had to connect it with a USB.
No,
I see.
It
all
connects
of this-
directly. It connects
You
directly.
see, hearing all of this. This is how much trouble we as geeks go through to play a game, to play a movie,
This
to
is
watch
the
a
passion
show.
of geeks.
This is the passion of
yeah.
geeks. Why do people assume that we are not cool? We literally go through so much trouble to actually to watch quality entertainment.
Well, the question is, what defines a geek? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Like, what is
there's-
the definition of not
there's-
not the literal definition? Not
Oh,
the dex,
there's so many.
I think geek is anyone who has a love for the craft, the arts craft.
could be anything.
Could be anything.
You know what?
It could be manga.
We are gonna settle
it could
this. Let's see
be,
what geek
a
actually
series.
means.
Oh, you're gonna actually.
No, he's, your phone is not charged. Your phone is not
it's not
charged.
charged.
Oh, he's
Your phone is not
getting-
charged,
he's
man.
getting
Alright,
his
okay.
phone.
Let's first of all let's get the.
All right,
First, tell me what the
definition.
percentage
all right,
is.
can I just say
First, tell me what the percentage is.
how old is this phone?
It's
He
a
got it when he was
13
born.
mini, bro.
They make 13 mini. I stopped following iPhone.
The
crap.
day that it came out, I bought like 3. So every time one stops working, I bring out the other one from the box.
Let's get the definition of geek.
All right, let's see.
Because I have my own, like, my definition was just up your alley. Is basically anyone who has like a certain passion for a certain
Yes.
thing. So if you, for example, let's say you like cars,
Yeah.
you're really into cars, you're a geek.
You know everything
You
about
know,
it.
you
A
know,
to Z about
you don't
it.
even
Because the-
own the car.
yeah,
you
yeah.
Because the term geek is universal.
All right.
It does not depend on if you're into electronics, games, or movies in
Exactly.
general.
Doesn't mean
It-
you have
it
to-
is-
yeah.
it cannot be generalized.
According to the Oxford Dictionary,
Oh boy.
geek, a person who is knowledgeable about and obsessively interested in a particular subject, especially one that is technical or of specialist or niche interest.
That's what I said.
That's literally like, kind of what he said.
That was it.
But then, like, but the same, like, can be said. Like, for example, my hobby is powerlifting.
Right.
This is my.
It's subjective.
Alright,
It's
since-
subjective for
Yeah,
every
yeah.
individual.
In that case, let's look up nerd in this case. Now, because
Nerd.
geek and nerd,
Are different.
they're different.
You also have- you also have dork.
But they
What's a dork?
they're always put.
I know what that means.
But
I
they're
know.
always put on the same level.
No.
Nerds, geeks,
Those are
dorks,
different. Nerds are different.
Right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
No, every nerd is a geek, but not
Every geek is not a nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So
Yeah.
look up the definition of nerd.
Because you're a geek doesn't mean you're a nerd.
Nerd, yeah.
Exactly.
Like I feel like I'm geeky.
Def-
But I think I'm geeky, but I'm not,
You're not a
that
nerd,
nerdy.
yeah.
Because I don't know,
You're not
like,
into that.
because like for example, when people say,
Hey,
oh,
yo, it literally gave me the same
Definitions?
definition.
definition.
yeah, yeah, but like when
So
I
we
go
need to update the Oxford then about it.
because like when I go to like Geekend, it's all anime, and I don't know
yes.
anything about anime.
Yeah.
anything.
Specifically designed for
Yeah.
anime.
But then like a lot of times people just assume that I know a lot or I like to watch it. I don't know anything. You know?
Well, that's the thing. People don't understand that the Japanese culture is more than just anime. I mean,
Isn't it
It's
called?
much more
How
than
in
that.
the Lord's name are you gonna make that statement? And 5 minutes ago you were going on about a Grandizer watch, bro.
Oh, because I grew up watching this cartoon.
So that's anime.
Is it?
it is.
Is it?
I mean, if we're talking Grandizer, yes, it is.
I mean, when I was a kid, I
It's still
yeah,
counts,
but
bro.
I just bought it because it just looks. Honestly, now let's just like be very truthful. The reason why I bought it, it just
Look
looks
nice.
cool. It just looks cool.
Hey, yo,
It has been done.
Have you ever had an impulse buy?
Yeah,
Then look
I
here.
always do, dude.
There you. Oh yeah.
That's the always.
said
That
you
you always
Really
purchase.
asking me that question?
This one
Yeah.
was an
I
impulse
don't
buy.
know.
Tell me
Yeah?
it's not the coolest thing in the world.
I have the standard PRX.
Okay, yeah.
Oh damn! Now I just
After I
saw
got
it.
after I got that
Now I
one,
just
I,
thought
like,
this is
few
cool.
months,
This is cool.
This
Actually.
is a cool
few
watch.
months after this, I saw that there is a Grandizer version. I was like, oh,
Where did you get this?
The Rivoli group.
Rivoli, yeah.
Yeah, Rivoli. Yeah.
Oh,
At
The
Ramada?
case. that-
Ramada?
Yeah, yeah. No, well, I
It
got
doesn't
this
matter.
from UFC.
Tiso, it's run by Rivoli. in
Rivoli, yeah.
Doha, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the case it comes in is the UFO.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's good.
Like,
man! I wish you
like,
did.
I haven't- I haven't-
wish you
I've-
did an unboxing video of it.
I did it on my what's it called on my Instagram page, but then I just
Oh,
Say, you know,
okay.
that was an impulse buy. I went and
Dude.
got the regular version as an impulse buy, and if I had waited a little bit more, I
could have gotten the Grandizer.
You can still buy it now.
Trade. Trade it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
try
trade it, yeah.
Trade it.
They do.
Yeah.
You can try.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
No, all watches, if it's
Is yours
branded, get
original?
traded.
I'm guessing. Is yours original? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got it from the same place. Yeah.
Then
You don't go with the watch,
Probably, maybe you
they
can.
won't agree that it's original. Send somebody else. If
pay
you
the-
will go,
you
they won't
pay
agree that
different,
it's
right?
original.
you pay the difference. It's
Yeah.
all difference.
I'll try
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get labeled as a geek.
I was when I was younger.
Why not now? Because when you told me you're into the whole food thing, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty geeky. He's into food.
Oh yeah.
That's like a geek thing. That's 100%.
To be
You're
honest, you know,
alright.
I was bullied as a geek.
What?
Yeah,
That's-
bro.
that's
Dude,
everyone's
we
story. That's everyone's
we
story.
grew up in like
Yeah, that's everyone's
early
story. You did- haven't you?
2000 Bedouin Qatar culture, bro.
Oh, well, okay.
So a dude who knows about the history of planes and I don't know what geographical location there is around the world.
Is that what you're thinking when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was into information, bro. Yani,
Alright,
okay,
And
okay.
my enjoyment was planes and geography, like
Cool.
at that time. And I used to get shit for it.
Why?
For being knowledgeable.
Oh, seriously, they just pick on you. Oh, this is the guy who knows all about planes.
Yeah, something like that.
It's that's like kind of unfortunate, man. That's really sucks to hear that. But like, do you feel like that deterred you from knowing more? Like, did you stop being that guy?
Nah, bro.
Still?
No, after that, I
Good.
learned much more to the point that when I walk into a room, they're like, "Oh, ask that dude the question."
Oh, I love
You know
that.
what
See, you turned a positive.
I mean? Yeah, I changed, like, you know, I changed the aura that I gave off, bro.
Good.
Exactly.
Good,
Being
good.
a geek actually changes how it means to be cool later on in the future. All right. Now, sure, we suffered along the way, but
Yeah.
to be honest, we made what coolness is today. Look at, for example, any of the nerds you may know from the 90s, such as Steve Jobs, who brought us the iPhone and Apple and all that, and started
Bill
that-
Gates?
Bill Gates
Bill Gates?
made
We have-
made Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
The recent one.
In the grand words of Bill Burr, the techno Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yo, it's but no, that's also on the forefront of technology. Think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it on a more social level.
Mark
I
Zuckerberg.
don't think, yeah, that's not. But to me, those guys aren't like, okay, geek. Sure, they're geeks, but I feel like they're not like,
What real life geekism
yeah,
is,
like
you know?
talking about like
They were innovators. ahead of their
Innovators,
time.
They were innovators,
Yes.
yes. Like you could say the same thing about, I'm sure, like Tesla at his own time. Like,
I
somebody
think
would say,
they were geeks at some point, but after
Yeah.
that, when they
Elon
make it big,
Elon Musk, you could say at his earlier days, maybe.
Okay.
No.
I feel like he's still a geek. I mean, he acts like a dork.
I mean,
He's a little socially awkward, a little weird.
he got
I
caught
think-
That's a
while
very
playing a
good
game
way of
also.
illustrating
Yeah.
what
I think he
a dork
once
is.
said that he was going to
When they make it big, they kind of lose touch
I think
from
he
it.
said that he was the top player in Diablo.
Yeah, but he got caught that he was somebody else was playing on his behalf.
Oh
What?
man,
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah,
that is just lazy.
there was any everywhere.
Yeah.
I think he was
But yeah,
recording
you know,
it. And he
that
gets
was
caught.
also another thing. Like, I would get shit for playing games.
No, obviously,
and
that-
instead of like going
part,
out
yeah.
to, I would sit down and like, one of the only, actually, it's the only GTA game that I finished.
Yeah.
But like, I spent
one?
months and months finishing San
Which
Andreas.
was San Andreas. Okay.
It was
and-
Vice City for me, the helicopter scene. I got stuck, man.
I thought that'd be the other way around. I thought like maybe like if they know that you play video games, like oh you're cool.
Yeah,
No,
but
but it
not
was-
when you
it
like.
was the other way
you're-
around.
Not really, man. 'Cause-
Live.
Okay, when I was in high school, okay, so here's something interesting. I never, my inner geek didn't come out until like no joke, maybe I was like 23.
Huh?
Like during
Okay.
during high school, I think I was too busy trying to like, I don't know, be cool, like
You were-
hang out with girls,
Yeah.
and you know, that was me.
But here's the question: where did you go high school?
So
to?
how?
I went to QIS,
Was,
Qatar International School.
Qatar International School, yeah.
That
Maybe the culture was different there?
No, it has a different inner school culture.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
So he didn't,
Much
he didn't
more
got picked up on.
white America.
Yeah. Well, not
yeah,
really.
yeah.
No, because okay, so let me just emphasize. I grew up here my whole life. Like 35 years. I never left Qatar. Like I've been here.
Yep.
Like, I'm basically born and raised. I was born in Canada, but raised here.
Everything you've done here.
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
But we had like sub schools. Every school had their own thing.
Yes, huh?
So QIS was kind of like the kind of good boy slash good girl
Yeah.
school. Didn't party.
Following up the European standards, I guess.
Definitely.
But yeah, but it was one of
that
those
environment.
schools like when we used to go to school, QIS was like, oh yo, that's the
Yeah.
Hollywood high school. Type
That's
of
what-
thing.
that's
No,
what- so
No,
the
that's the
culture was
idea
totally
we
nice.
had because we went to Arabic. Like my classmates, like our like whole blocks of our school was just sons of Bedouin families.
What school did you go to?
Gulf English School.
Okay.
So everybody who was like in
I got
the
it, yeah.
nerd geek category, whatever,
Okay.
who had like
They were picked
special
up on.
Because when
interests,
we- yeah.
they would get like
up on, yeah.
yeah.
The same happened in India, back home. I had this hobby of collecting, the physical CDs, right?
Yeah.
So when Prince of Persia came out, for example, the first one, the 3D one, it was my hobby that I used to
Armenian
collect
love Prince of
the CDs,
Persia. I
and I had
did
to
not
compile them in
really- I
the
did
the
not find
folder
the Persian
with the
connection
zip,
between
and you open it and you see
Till later.
So it was like a hobby for me.
Until I
so whenever
played
some
finish
games
the
used to
game.
come out,
Oh, yeah.
I used to go and I used to collect it, right? So when somebody like
But did you get picked
somebody,
up?
yeah, you get picked on whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody broke my CDs.
I don't.
That
I
is-
Those like,
don't
yeah.
You know what's funny? Like I don't. Okay.
The thing is,
That's
the thing
vandalism.
is, the thing
Yeah,
is,
but I don't understand
the
why
thing
there
is
was
back
people, like-
then
Okay.
the exposure of this culture had not reached India that much.
Okay.
Okay, so we did not have TVs of that level. It was selective cartoons that used to.
Oh, it was the instruments of the devil.
Yeah, so
Yes. Like
yes, so,
VHS,
so they were not
CDs.
educated that much about it. So the culture was not that embedded. But what happened with me in 1994 when I was in school, I got my first computer, the Pentium
How,
1.
wait, how old are you again?
I'm 37.
30
Just turned on 31st.
30, wait.
30th May, I turned 37.
What now?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
Dude, why don't you tell us?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you,
Remy.
man. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, so you're
So I got my PC, and that time Doom just came out, the first one.
Doom.
So we started playing that, the Prince of Persia first one, the Jordan Mechner one that came out. So it kind of, I started to get into computers, and this was like frowned upon back in the day. It was just MS DOS back then, right? So people were like, the same thing which he said, that I just turned it upside down. When I graduated, well, I started studying into these things, people used to come up onto me and they used to like suggestions. Okay, when I came to 8th grade or 9th grade, now
Okay.
people they got educated about PCs. They started getting their PCs. So they were like, oh, which system should I get? Or what's the game in the market?
Okay.
So they then we kind of created a group for ourselves, a niche group. Then we started following this thing. I started collecting figurines when I was 6. I got my first figure, He-Man. You know, He-Man cartoon used to come. So I got my first figure.
What? How old are you?
He-Man.
How old are you though?
I was 6 back then when I got my first
Man,
figure.
He-Man and
So
the Master.
it's so funny because like, oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah, He-Man, Master of the Universe.
Oh,
Yeah, so I got my first He-Man, and I used to play with that. So people, they were like, back then they were like with guns and this stuff were going on with the kids, right?
Yeah.
And the figures were like, oh, what this? How? Then when I got this, I got a collection out of it. Then there was some kind of event in school.
Okay.
I used to stay some plays with the figurines, right? So people kind of the kids were like enthused. Oh, what this was that?
Oh.
So then I educated people. So it was kind of a good thing which I converted, and I was happy about it. Okay,
That's
You
good.
found-
I've
you
limited.
found your
I
thing.
used to. There were some Tazos used to come in the lace packets
Okay.
back then. Okay, it was Star Wars, the Phantom Menace released. Okay,
Okay.
so they had this Tazos inside of them. So I started trading them in schools because there were some Tazos which used to be with a silver plating. There were the special ones.
Okay.
You don't get it as much, and I had some people in my building who used to trade in something. So I started selling it in school. So started some entrepreneurship.
This reminds me when I was in grade 6, man. Sorry, this reminds me when I was in grade 6. This is when I first started getting into Pokemon.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't like, so I used to watch the show,
Okay.
okay, and I used to buy the cards.
Yeah.
But I never played the game. I know until now.
Same happened with me with Pokemon.
I don't know how to play it.
With Pokemon.
I don't know how to play the card game. Don't
Yeah.
know anything about the
I
card
think
game.
same.
All right.
All I know is that you have these cards and they're cool.
Yes.
And like you're
And-
following
The special ones, the special ones.
Special ones are
Yeah.
shiny, like so,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then it just kind of like, I think this was grade 6, and I'd hide them in my sock, and I'd go and like, look at what I got. Oh my God, look what
Yeah,
you got.
yeah.
That's it.
That was the case with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bro. Same thing.
That was with
Yeah.
me Pokemon.
Oh,
For me,
yeah.
it was Pokemon.
Yeah, but like for me, I think the reason why I knew about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't know. I think Pokemon was more the dominant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was everywhere because by that it came on cable, right?
Nah,
So Yu-Gi-Oh-
yeah, that's what I
that's
mean.
my point,
We didn't
because-
have cable, so we only got
So,
like
no, so but-
cartoons on the free channels.
No,
and
but
stuff
to
like
us, Pokemon reached first. So Pokemon cards were much more hot cakes in the market.
Well, to be
Yu-Gi-Oh was
hon-
not
to
that
be
hot.
honest, it had Nintendo backing it up, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pokemon had a bigger following.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's the only we played the Nintendo what's it called?
Oh, it was
The
the
Game Boy.
Game Boy
Game Boy.
DS.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know when well played, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you go to that cave and then you
Yes,
pick up
then
a
you
thing?
yes.
No, and then
You
the whole-
collect the Pokemons and then you throw the different balls. You get the different balls.
this never happened to you when you're playing the game and like you go to some sort of cave and then I think you catch Mewtwo and then the game crashes and you have to
That was a big glitch back then. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the problem with the
That
glitch.
happened.
Never happened to you?
I've never played.
I didn't happen, but I heard
I
this.
never faced Mewtwo.
it was the worst. Was it Mewtwo?
Yeah, Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was the
the
glitch.
worst.
I've never-
I
Which
spent-
game was that?
It was the
Pokemon, the Pokemon,
Was
this,
it red,
the
blue?
Game Boy, in the Game Boy,
I don't know.
the first
I don't
Game
know
Boy,
if it was
black
red.
and white.
The first, yeah, the
Yeah.
first one. I don't know.
Red.
But
been red
I'll
or
tell you
blue.
why. I'll tell you why I brought up Pokemon. I'll tell you this is how deep-rooted Pokemon is for me.
Yeah.
So I lost. After that, I kind of just gave up Pokemon and everything.
Okay.
Everything, just the whole thing. I kind of just like, you know what? I'm done with it. I found different obsessions.
Okay.
Wow.
I went to my first Comic-Con and like, what was the first one in Dubai? Which year was it? You remember? the
Not
first
sure,
Comic-Con.
but I'm not sure.
2010?
You know, maybe. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
I
I
think
went
when
there.
it started and
Yeah. Yeah, it was way
I
before.
got hooked immediately with everything. I started buying all kinds of dumb stuff. Continuing with my what's it called? The first ever trade show here with cards.
Okay.
That's when I got hooked into buying cards.
Okay.
Okay. And that's when I'm like, okay, now I'm obsessed
Which
with
one,
buying.
Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon?
No, Pokemon.
Okay.
Again, I have no idea what this
Okay,
is. I have
okay.
no idea. I'm telling you this. I have no idea
But you
about
still
the
want to
subject,
buy them.
but I just want to buy them. I know that
So
something.
you are
is
kind of a collector.
kind of. All right. This is where like having adult money sometimes is great.
Not a good.
I remember when-
It's not a
It's a
good
good
idea,
hobby,
but
it's
it's
a
a
good
good
hobby.
feeling.
Yeah, you have
It's
adult
a
money.
good-
I remember when you were seeing that guy with the collector guy, Pokey D,
Yeah.
in Geekend?
Yeah.
How did
That no, I just know him. I just
I-
like because
I know,
because once I got into the whole Pokemon card collecting culture,
Yeah.
I start to follow everyone.
Okay.
like,
It's a kind of group that you kind of
and,
make
you know,
it. Yeah,
they meet. There's this amazing group called Art of Cards.
Yes,
Another shout
yes.
out to Art of Cards.
yeah,
These guys
it's
are-
great. They're doing great.
These guys are phenomenal. You know, one of the guys called Abdullah is always helping me. Like, oh, buy this. He's always looking out for me. So shout out Abdullah, bro. You're the dude. So yeah, but that's when I really got into it. I'm start buying like, okay, I'm gonna buy this card because it'll go up in value. I'm gonna buy this one. I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna sell these because they're not going anywhere. But I'm gonna buy these. So
You
I
kind of
brought-
organize everything.
yeah. So I brought with me my favorite cards, which I'll probably never let go. and I'm so
Oh,
proud
you
of
got
these
one.
cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You brought 'em?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I had-
Nice, man.
Dude's
these
a
are-
true fan.
These are my 4 all-time favorite cards.
Holy shit, these
Were these
cards
on the Hall
have
of Fame?
actually.
No. They're just cards that I really like. I bought them for at the time some were really like cheap. And they just shot up in price. I'm not selling them. So I'm gonna start off with
these
They
are your
actually
best
have
ones.
cases. I never knew that.
no, yeah. Well, no,
Yeah, they come in cases,
so
yeah.
when a card is so this is a grading company called PSA.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
When a card is perfect, okay, like perfect. I'm talking like there's no scratches.
Nothing.
So when there's no scratches, the centering, the card is perfectly centered. There's no white, there's no bends,
No crease, nothing.
nothing,
No.
you know. And the grader is having a good time. It's, you know what, this card's perfect. I'm giving it a 10. You know, and the difference between a grade 10 and a grade 9 is
Millions of dollars.
not even millions.
I think on YouTuber bought a
PSA is
card
actually
for
proof of ownership.
$1.2 million.
Yeah. So there,
when you buy
Logan
the-
Paul, I think.
yeah, when
Logan
you buy
Paul
the card,
bought the first card.
so there are millions. There are. Okay, sorry.
Fine
So
with me.
yes, there are
Yeah.
some cards that are
Yeah,
millions.
they're
I agree.
millions, yes.
But like if we're being like realistic,
Yes, huh?
some in the hundreds, some in the
100,000, yeah.
thousands.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a difference. There's a
Yes.
significant difference between a 9 and a 10.
Yes.
So I learned the hard way, or not the hard way, but the right way is just buy 10s. It costs a little more, but there's gonna be a return later.
Okay.
You know? But the hard way I learned was I would buy these massive, I'd buy the boxes and just start
Okay.
ripping and just like go crazy and just like spend copious amounts of money trying to find the card I want. Instead of that,
You went for the.
I just like, you know what?
best one.
This is the card I want, I'm just gonna buy it.
Oh, nice. That's a good strategy.
So I started off with, let's just start easy. So this is called the Pikachu Gray Felt Hat.
Okay.
This is a promo card. This represents Van Gogh. It's one of my all-time favorite cards. Okay. This one means the most to me.
This one is which grade?
This one is great time.
Ah, okay.
a great
okay,
time.
nice.
This one I bought purely, so there's 2 reasons why I have the next card. This is the first, when I bought this card from some guy, it was ungraded. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try my luck. I'm gonna go send it out to get graded.
Okay, then
I'm
you
gonna
get
try.
it. Okay.
Let's see what happens. Okay. After months, comes back as an 8.
Okay.
And that hurts my soul. I was like, no. This can't be an 8. I don't want it to be an 8. I don't want this card. I don't like the 8. So I go to the Art of Cards and I notice they have the same card but as a 10.
Okay.
That's when I'm like, okay, how about you take this 8,
Eight
take a
and you
few
give
other
10.
cards, and I'll sell them.
And you did the 10.
And I did a trade.
Okay.
And I got the same card but in a 10. This is the Ancient Mew card. The one that came out in the Pokemon movie.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay. This card is like this for me is the representation of my childhood. You know, watching the movies and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
This is another Mew card which I just liked. Okay, and this is one of the cards, an example of a card that was up and suddenly just dropped. So this is just an example of like a card that
But this is the grade 10.
was a great 10, but when I got it, it was at the highest,
Okay.
and
now-
then it suddenly just went drop.
So does this card also fluctuates like?
It's like the stock market.
Oh, okay.
And the next one is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Okay, that's good that you got that too. Ah, okay.
This is the
yeah.
example of
But I
like,
think it's the one that you
It was
enjoy the most.
impulsive.
Like,
The one I enjoyed the most.
impulsive purchase.
not really. I have to really think about my life choices when I bought
yeah.
this card. I'm not gonna say how much I spent on it because I'm too embarrassed. Because even my
Okay.
girlfriend's like, "Why do you do this?"
I know the feeling.
You know,
Yeah.
because dude, it was really like I was like, I'm holding the money. I'm like, what am I doing?
When I heard the
But
price,
whenever you see this, you regret it. That's why you bought.
No, not now, because it went up in value.
Then
I'm like, you know what? I'm
that's
doing.
good.
when
That's
I
good.
heard the prices of Poki D, the guy who was there,
Oh, that guy, yeah.
that was
This one
ridiculous.
is called the Umbreon,
Umbreon, okay. After EV,
Yeah.
okay.
and yeah. So I'm not gonna say how much I bought it for because
So this is also grade 10. Can I show
Ladies
the
and
Umbreon?
gentlemen,
Umbreon.
this is the dark side of having adult
you want
money.
to know?
Oh yeah.
No? This is the
Dark side of having adult money.
Yeah.
In COVID, when COVID
This?
hit and we went to lockdown, I started collecting decks of cards.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
And just like they're pieces of artwork.
Okay.
Generally, like I started to get into the world and like actually start buying. And there are some cards like I have around 157
Okay.
different sets of cards now. But some of them, that's the same case, bro. I'm too ashamed to say like how much I've.
Don't say it.
Yeah, like it's that's the case, and I can understand. Yeah, the whole feeling of the.
Yeah. Like that Umbreon.
This one caught my eye really because of the Egyptian symbols.
This is, I'm telling you, I love this card so much. So very much because it's
See
just,
what I'm saying?
Isn't this the same tablet, the same design thing that was in that case
Yeah, yeah.
thingy?
It's in the movie. It's in the movie. It's from the movie. From
Yeah.
the 2000 movie.
Remember the Pokemon
You know?
2000 movie?
Yeah,
At the,
yeah.
at the very end, there was a Mew card.
Yeah.
This is that card.
Yeah, yeah.
No, there was a place where he was on a tablet carved into a wall.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. In the movie. That's why I love that.
Man.
Because that's the like again. I was in the height of the
That's a
Pokemon
symbol
craze.
of Pokemon.
That's still
Yeah.
Pokemon and the height of the Pokemon
Yeah.
craze, and it was literally my obsession. I just wanted
So on average, like
Yeah.
say a very rare card, like among the rarest artworks, and I truly believe some of them are really artworks. The
Yeah.
cards like are drawn by hand and
Okay.
stuff like that
Oh, yeah.
for the playing cards.
So these are made by the artists.
A lot of it, yeah, the artist draws it, like every single card by hand, everything,
Okay.
and then it goes off to a printing company to print and all that.
So these are actually just sorry to cut in. These are the single pieces or they are separate.
No, a whole deck of cards.
Okay.
Like, but
But every individual is every card is
every
different.
different card, yeah,
Okay.
it might have a theme, it might
Okay.
have be completely different cards and stuff like that, and it does have like different quality papers, and some of them are open up as a box as a very intricate like pieces, and on average, like the highest prices, they have only editions of 100.
Oh.
Like that is the that's the
Least-
most
the
minimum
least,
I've seen. Like nobody has gone under 100.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
to be honest, maybe it's like a minimum production thing or
It
something.
feels like an NFT. Remember NFTs which came out? You can purchase the online data.
Kind of.
Whatever happened to that? By the way?
Are those
Hello,
still a thing?
it ended.
Are
It
they?
fell
It
off.
died.
It died, right?
Yeah.
It just
They're
fell
no
off.
longer a
People
thing.
went
Yeah,
crazy
they're no
for
longer a
it.
thing now.
It took me a long time to understand what an NFT was, and someone told me it means
Fungible.
non-fungible.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Fungible. You can't touch
Fungible.
it. Yeah, you can't touch it.
They
Yeah.
probably made it
It
up.
can't be fungible. Not fungible.
Yo, it's the greatest
Non-fungible.
scheme
Okay, how the
pulled
Looks
off
like your
in the
cousin.
21st century.
They
Of
dude, they
selling
even implemented
useless
that.
things.
Yeah.
Whoever did it,
I could
yo,
literally go
whoever
online
did
and
it, I
make up
raise
an
my
NFT.
glass to you.
Yeah.
That is like Lupin story type of thing,
Yeah.
pulling off a heist of money like that.
You brought me back into the whole NFT thing. I completely forgot that phase
Seriously,
existed.
that was so bad. They even introduced that in Call of Duty games, right?
What?
Yeah, you can open the loot boxes, the NFTs
See,
were going
now
down.
it was cool to get NFTs, but back in the day, if we
You
were
were
to
collecting
bring
it,
up,
yeah.
no, if we were to
We
bring
got hit
up
upon.
games,
Those people hate us.
we got
Beat the
bullied.
crap out of it.
That's because, hear me out, sorry. Hear me out, okay? Other cool people, apparently, who are considered not geeks,
They did not know knowledge.
no,
about
they bought them. For example, I think,
I agree. Yeah.
yeah.
My cousin, one of them. My cousin, he's a cool kid. He's, like not really into any of this. Like he won't understand if I told him I'm going to Geek End, should come.
Ah,
None of it.
okay.
But one day one out of the blue, he comes in. Yeah, I bought this thing called NFT. I'm like, dude, what? What do you want?
That
about
thing
it?
died.
You're not, yeah,
What do
see
you
what I mean?
want about-
You're not into it, but when somebody else, they're not into it, but when they do it, it becomes
The coolest thing.
It's a cool
becomes a
thing.
thing. Yeah, Ronaldo. Sorry, I think it was Neymar or someone else. He bought an NFT.
It become everybody was
And
like
now everybody wants an
crazy
NFT.
for it.
Yeah.
See, it takes one person
One famous person.
to make a
The same
dumb.
thing. The same thing with the Boo Boo with
Sorry.
the Boo Boo doll.
I was just gonna
The
say.
dolls.
What is the
People
what
are
is
going.
what is the deal with the hype of that thing? My wife, every single woman wants
I
that.
bought-
thing.
I bought a box.
Listen,
I bought a box.
You bought a box.
Holy.
Where'd you find that?
A lot of boxes.
They're selling it in
I
Qatar.
don't know why.
They're
dude.
selling it in
I
Qatar.
don't know why.
How?
I don't
Where
know
did they
why.
come up? Where did they?
How much was it for?
I don't know where they've come up from, bro, but the other day my
box?
girlfriend
Yeah.
was in Milan and
Yeah,
she took a video of the line of that shop in
Where they were
Duomo.
selling it.
How long was the
Dude,
line?
the line went across the whole basilica. I mean, round the corner of the whole
All the way to the
Duomo.
Spanish Steps.
She
Here's
didn't
my
go
question.
that far,
Here's
but
my
it
question.
was.
Here's my question. What's the difference between that, and when what's that other obsession back in the 90s?
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi.
No, you got Tamagotchi, and then you had guys, come on, help me out.
Cocomelon.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them. Yeah,
That was a huge thing. That was a
Kipling
huge thing.
monkeys, and then no, I saw it on a reel. Keep going. What's that thing? It looks like a gremlin.
Troll dolls.
Furby.
Furbies,
Furbies,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Furbies. Okay.
I had one. I had a Furby.
It was back in 1990.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I had a
Aren't
Furby.
the
I don't
things that
know
look like they
why.
have a onesie?
No.
Someone.
It was like a gremlin.
It was like
Yeah,
a
I'm
mix
thinking- I'm
between
thinking
a
Purple in
owl.
color, purple in color with the face
So,
of the teeth.
let me-
I'm thinking Teletubbies. Okay.
Let me. So, while I say this, pull up a picture of a Furby.
Okay.
I'm surprised you don't know them.
Yeah, it was a really
I'm-
big.
It was a mix
I'm-
between an owl and like a
Such a-
falcon
I'm
and
thinking-
a,
Owl and a
I'm
and a
thinking
gargoyle and type of,
Gremlin
okay.
would be a near match to it.
So when I was
Man,
growing up,
Gremlins.
I
remember.
I bought one.
I remember.
for no
I
reason.
had a such. I
was
really
scared
loved
of that movie.
No, I loved. Oh, I kind of remember that.
These are
But
so
I remember.
good.
I used to love
Everywhere.
Gizmo a lot. I used to love Gizmo. They should have continued the whole hype of the Gremlins. You know?
The movie.
Yeah, it could have been big today. Yeah.
They could have.
I
built up
wouldn't
on it.
watch it if it was. I mean,
They
maybe.
would- It was
Well,
yeah.
not the horror side, but more by show more of Gizmo, not the other. Not the
Well, that's the whole point was the other.
like Sheldon says in Big Bang Theory. There's one rule: don't feed the gremlins. Why do you feed the gremlins?
you know.
But the Gremlins was the whole point was were the evil.
Oh, yeah.
But that Furby was again, it was the
was
giant
big and-
craze.
yes.
So I'll ask you, what's the difference between that and the Lagoon?
this.
Yeah,
The same
there's
thing
no
with Friend
difference.
is coming back.
generation, bro.
Generation.
That's it.
Every wait another 5-10 years.
Again, something
another
else.
way.
Dumb thing
Yeah,
is gonna
yeah.
pop up.
They just called it. What did they call it again? That-
Labubu.
Labubu.
yeah, it's kind of like Coco Melon, but
No,
it's just in like the naming sense. Coco Melon.
Oh, like a
Yeah, it's kind of
silly-
attractive.
It's all
like
a marketing
people are-
branding thing.
And
you
some
know?
people are crazy for that one individual color. I think they are just opening it on
So that-
Instagram and they're making videos
So,
about it, right?
okay, I did my. This is why again.
I think you did it, huh?
Like I said, like I said, I bought
Again, this
I
is
bought
the
a ball.
dark side of having
Yes.
adult money.
This is again,
Again,
I bought the
Where the other money goes.
What have you done with adult money? Ahmed?
So no, I didn't get it yet. I didn't get it. I reserved it. They're like, all right, cool. Your box will come soon. I was like, cool.
You
I
didn't
don't know
buy
why.
it immediately. You reserved
I
it.
reserved it, yeah. But I don't know why. That's the thing. I don't know why I bought it.
Impulsive.
How? How?
It just keeps getting
How-
deeper.
I think.
How
I
did
think.
they
it's- I
sell out? So,
Another example of impulsive purchase.
how did they sell out so fast?
But
People are crazy. That one girl, she just sang on the stage with that connected to a purse. The
that
Blackpink
it?
lady.
Was that what happened?
Yeah. The people, Blackpink, right? Jenny.
Jenny?
She just danced on the stage
And she had a
in a
Labubu?
concert. Yeah, it was stuck to a purse and people went crazy.
aha.
Yo, they pulled the Pele tying his shoes move.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Smart.
Pele. And there was it Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Where they paid Pele to before the start of the World Cup match for him to tie his shoes on the field.
Yes.
Like re-tie his shoes, and camera went on him,
On the
zoomed
shoes.
on him, and he had Adidas's on.
Oh, so everyone bought Adidas.
That was a marketing.
Oh, was that a marketing thing?
Yeah, so I'm like,
Today I was just going through one video for Samba, the model from Adidas. It's 73 years old. Okay, it first appeared in 1939 World Cup.
Okay.
So they gifted it to the player back then who won the best player to promote it, and it just went like
It just
wildfire.
went-
See,
bro.
now you see, this is my point. So they give us grief over toys, cards,
Just one guy.
and when somebody
With
does,
power.
when somebody like Neymar or Pele does something on an NFT or a shoe,
Do you agree?
That thing is
that's cool. That's
it's the
amazing.
burning topic in the world.
I mean, that's kind of how the power of being a influential person
Yeah.
had. You know. So what's her name? Who sang on stage?
Jenny from Blackpink.
Jenny from
Blackpink, the band.
Okay, I have no. See, I don't know. Okay, fair enough.
It's everyone. on
so I
Instagram.
have to know, huh?
So basically, like she had it. I'm like, oh, cool. This looks cool. She
Everybody-
had it. I
everybody.
gotta have one.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. I say this, and I think because there was a slope with what's it called? With the Pokemon
Yeah.
cards. There was a slope. But when what's his face? Prime guy. Prime.
Right. Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Thank you. I don't know why I
He
forgot.
purchased that card.
He purchased the
Again, it went-
$5 million Pokemon
A
card.
fake Pokemon card.
No. That's when he got.
Oh, that was a different story.
That was,
Wait, which card was it?
There was that one.
Charizard.
5 million. There was a fake.
The first
yeah.
Charizard.
But he had one
him,
that was
yeah,
on
yeah.
his what's it called?
Yes.
I don't know. Was that fake? The one he had on the chest,
Not sure,
on a
not
chain. First edition. Yeah. How much did he pay for it?
$5 million.
$5 million. When he bought that and he made it into a story, he made it.
Everywhere.
Pokemon went crazy. Everyone's like, we're back on the hobby. We're back.
When-
Either
even in
that's the
2016?
greatest marketing team tactic,
Yeah.
or a great tax payoff,
it's literally
bro.
how it works. The same thing. It sparks up the what's called, because there's always been the hobby. The hobby's always been
It's
there.
always been there. It
It's
just
always been
brings
there.
it to the
But
forefront.
when there we go. Thank
That's what with us. We were doing when we were doing. Nothing was there. When somebody
influencer-
started doing it, it's
That's the
the
thing.
best
When
thing.
an influencer brings up something, and if he has a high following,
Yeah.
if you brought up that you bought a $5 million Pokemon card, and you will get, and if you have like a low following, more, but people will start sharing and sharing and sharing.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you get a following. Then Pokemon, the company, all right, will share that story.
100%.
Obviously.
They'll show, look, our
It's an
hobby is
advertisement for
amazing.
them. It's an
Our hobby
advertisement
is
for them.
amazing. Our collection hobby is amazing.
Look, Logan Paul has one. Look at, like exactly.
It's
Are
like
they
the same
influencers or
comeback
not?
on Cowboy Bebop after Netflix brought it onto.
The live action, huh?
They made a
No,
live
no. The anime.
The old
After
one.
Netflix brought it on Netflix.
Then after that, they made the live action one.
It took off again, and it's early
What's it? Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, yeah, the space cowboy.
Space Cowboy.
It's an old anime. Very
It's a
old.
Okay,
very
okay,
old
okay,
anime,
but it's
but
great,
it
it's great,
also
it's
came
great.
back to the forefront because of
Right.
Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same with this one, which is the pirate one. The pirate anime.
One Piece.
One Piece.
Oh boy.
I really thought I thought
Such
I'm
an
surprised you didn't
overrated
know that.
anime.
I'm not that much into anime.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm on.
Overrated
I'm above you on that level, but I'm not that much into anime.
Don't. Why?
Wait, go on.
You said our overrated anime.
It's-
Yeah, it's overrated.
Tell us,
Yeah, yeah.
what is the
Yeah, yeah,
most
it's overrated.
overrated anime you guys know?
Comment
Or
below.
or think
Com-
it is overrated?
I don't watch anime.
Comment below. Send us a reaction
so getting
video.
it.
I don't know.
You can even mention the
Contact
underrated
us.
ones.
Send us an email.
Underrated would be a lot.
Underrated. Send
Underrated would be a lot. Overrated is
Overrated
Just, it's just
I-
like
I-
like you
okay,
can you
so-
can count them.
Okay, let's get into this topic because I've never watched. Okay, except for Gundaizo and Pokemon when I was a kid.
Okay.
Okay, now we're talking about the kid.
Just cut in between. I wanted to know. You said that you started this nerd thing at 23.
20. Yeah, when I went, when I went
wish.
to my first Comic Con, I got into everything. Like the whole.
Matlab, you
like,
crossed the teen table and then you got
after when I was a teen.
How did you get into that? How this thing like erupted in you that you
When I went to my first Comic Con. So when
Okay.
my first ever Comic Con, I wish I remember.
so
the date.
that wake up the geek
Was it
in you.
Dubai? Was it
Literally,
Dubai
yeah.
or
It was
Abu
Dubai.
Dhabi?
Dubai.
Okay.
The
So
first
you
one.
had
It was,
the
it was a
awakening.
small convention hall, and I met. You know who I met?
Who?
I met the guy who plays Gimli.
Gimli.
Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my god.
Jar, yeah, I met him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I met him.
How did you?
It was there. I went the line. I
could
got
have
an
told
autograph.
Did you get his
You could
autograph?
have told him play
Yeah.
Treebeard.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
Seriously?
He had Gimli's picture. I was,
I know.
So
but you
that-
also played Treebeard.
Oh, yeah. That's when I messed up the answers. But like, okay, to continue the story, that's where it started. So my first ever Comic Con, I was there, and my cousin, who convinced me to come, because I was like, nah, you guys go ahead. I was pretending to be cool.
And there was any cousin
Oh.
of yours growing up who
He was
the
You're
I was-
keeping it cool.
I was keeping it. I was trying to keep seriously.
Okay.
And even my cousin, till today, he'll say, "Remember when I made you come? Remember when I made you come to Comic Con? You
that
didn't
changed
want to
your
go."
life.
And
That changed your life.
110%, dude. 100. I went. I was like, "What's this?
Where are
Wow.
you?
My God, there was Grindizer stuff. There was.
I see the light now.
You know, yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Star
I'm
Wars.
awakened. I'm
I
awakened.
never watched Star Wars. I never what's it called, but it was.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
See,
can't
and
judge. I-
you gave me
He's
shit for not
triggered.
being
He's triggered.
Godzilla,
Hold
bro.
on.
Well,
Hold on.
That's worse.
Hold on. Yeah, but hold
for
on.
you. It's different for you.
Yeah, hold on. No, hold on. I was there, and then I was like, okay, I need to know why is everyone so over the moon about Star Wars.
Okay.
I need to know. I need to sit and I need to like. It was like I have to know.
So did you watch it then?
Yes, 100%. I watched not just. 'Cause I remember watching episode 3.
Okay.
I remember watching episode 3 when it first came out.
Yeah, it
Okay.
came
when it-
out.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember watching. I was sitting in the theater. I had no context of what's going on.
Oh yeah.
No context. I was like, oh, okay, Star Wars. I had no context. I never watched 1, 2, never watched 4, 5, 6. I did not even knew those existed. I just knew that, Luke, I'm your father. That's all I knew.
Okay.
That's all I knew
The
about
meme.
Star Wars.
The memes.
The memes.
Oh, yeah.
So when I finished from the first Comic Con, day 1,
Okay.
went back home. Okay, I was staying at my sister's place. I opened the laptop. Unfortunately, I have to stream all this. Okay, find episode 4.
4. Okay.
New Hope?
New Hope.
Okay, watch it. Instantly get hooked. I was like,
Wow.
where was this on my
What
life?
is this world?
Go back the next day, day 2 of Comic Con. I'm getting it. I'm getting the references. Come back home, watch
What the fifth?
Another one.
episode
Five.
5.
Empire Strikes Back.
Thank you, sir. Empire Strikes Back. Again, get hooked. Go to day 3, get even more hooked, and
Which one?
understand more what's going on. Buy a bunch of lightsabers.
Oh,
Because I like
Oh,
it.
nice.
I bought a bunch of lightsabers.
Nice.
I like it. That's,
Nice.
And that's when I started to buy stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Next year, when a new Comic-Con was happening,
Okay.
definitely going. Go. Buy a bunch of everything. I started getting into, that was the phase where all the superhero movies were coming out. You know?
The
There's a bunch of-
MCU started.
MCU kind of
Building
started
up.
everything, yeah. And I'm meeting all these guys. I'm getting to the culture. I'm meeting like different geeks, different people who are have different hobbies. I'm getting introduced to something called Hot Toys.
Hot Toys,
Yeah,
yes.
like super
They make figurines,
figurines,
right?
yeah. Really expensive figurines.
They are very great
Again,
in making figurines.
I have adult money. I'm spending 1,000 reals on like Superman, Batman,
Wow.
and I have them in my house now. Just like,
oh,
you know,
wow.
see, this is my point. I mean, we are doing so many cool things, whether we are kids or adults. This is our definition of cool. Why is it that we're given grief over this when we were kids?
So here, I'll tell you something. I get right till now, I get the pushback
Yeah.
from other friends, or at least I don't get pushback. They're like, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
They
get
just don't get it.
So this is
Like-
what the thing. This is what thing. What a thing that you don't understand. What I'm doing, but that's not good for you. So you start off kind of hitting me because you're not getting the
And like
understanding.
before-
before,
That's all.
before it used to be bullying, but now it's like
Now they just don't get it.
Sam is just weird like that.
It's
bro.
just psychology. They use psychology against you. They
I mean,
find
like-
a way of putting you down through words.
No, but like as the circle of friends that you say, like, but before it might have been bullying, but now like
Now
now
they
that's
don't get
just
it.
him. Like that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
weird.
I mean, for me, my circle of friends, to be fair, they're in their own right are geeks, but in the gaming sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody's
Like
geek in their own
super- yeah, but like,
perspective,
but they're really
Yes.
into like gaming.
Heavy gaming.
heavy gaming, like to the point where you lost me.
Oh, of course.
You lost me. You know, like I don't know
So
what.
that's
you know,
their
about-
domain. They
but
love
that's their
that. Yeah.
You know, but they come in, they look at my room, they see a bunch of lightsabers, they see a bunch of Godzilla figurines. You know, they see like a bunch
But
of.
they do appreciate you. Yeah, okay, you have a
They think it's
collection.
cool.
Yeah.
Like my nephews come in, they're like, we want to play with these things. Like, no, you can get out. You know,
Don't touch it.
don't touch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I have a bunch of sealed Pokemon boxes. Like, yeah,
nice.
don't touch. It's sealed. You know, like you know.
Mint condition. you
Yeah,
can't touch.
I got it. There was a phase I got into Lego, buying unboxed Legos.
Holy.
Yeah, I had like a lot of phases. But this all happened again, like I said, after my first Comic Con.
Post-Comic
It
Con.
just, you know, it was there.
Your inner geek
It
exploded.
just exactly. And now we go to Geekend, I believe Qatar's own version of Comic Con,
Yes.
which I think is beautiful. by the way. This is homegrown Comic Con. This is what I like. That Qatar was like, no, I'm not gonna go and get a Comic Con. I'm gonna create.
Which
my
is the
own
good
Comic-Con.
thing, right? We have our own culture. We have
Oh
our
my
own
God, dude,
culture.
you kidding
Yeah?
me? That's amazing.
Yes.
That's like, no, we're not gonna buy some brand. We're just gonna make it
Make
ourselves.
our own self.
And like, shout out to like to Geekend.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal way. how they
DFI.
started.
Shout
Yeah.
out to DFI.
Seriously, dude. And like Ahmad Sharif was
So
buddy of
excited for
mine.
Geekdom in November.
Oh my God, you kidding me?
Yeah.
And again,
Just sad that it's only for five days.
oh, actually, yeah, that's
Yeah, that they should extend the dates.
And I'll tell you, coming from my side of my geekiness, I know it's all anime. It's heavy anime.
Heavy anime. Yeah.
I don't get any of it, but I love being
Yeah,
there.
but-
It's just like
That happiness.
exactly,
It's the
man.
vibes.
You know,
Yeah.
when I first met Adnan,
Yeah.
it was in Khalasta. Remember they had the YouTube channel called Khalasta?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a review for Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Okay.
Right? That's where I met them. Right? I had my own YouTube channel called Demonic Gamers.
No.
Don't ask. For the
No
love of God,
problem.
don't ask.
Wait,
We all have a
what's it
past.
called?
Demonic Gamers.
Look at wow.
We all
That's
have a
actually
past.
a cool name though.
Yeah, now it's cool. Back then it was like what
Oh
2000.
yeah,
That's-
back then
That's
none
just
of our
Abdulrahman thing.
usernames were cool,
That's
bro.
Abdulrahman thing, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Red_dragon at hotmail.com. That's me, man.
Yeah, that's where I met him, and that's where I'm starting. As I grew up, as I started getting into like adulthood, after 2010, 11, 12, and afterwards, I started finding my own circle of friends of geeks.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
I met Adnan and Badr and also Kengo.
Kengo. My God, I haven't heard the name in so
Man,
long.
Kengo.
Oh, I love that guy. Okay.
Man,
Habibi Kengo.
I mean, I swear, all these guys, they were like me. They talk to me. They speak my same language.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, and I'm an adult like they are. They work, they go out, they talk geeky stuff like it's a normal conversation as a discussion. I'm not talking like, what's your favorite episode? No. This is not. They go into detail
You
with
kind of
everything.
dissect everything which you're watching.
But I, there's something I learned. So I have, again, there's always in like now, especially in our age, there's always like a different group dynamics.
Yeah.
So, for example, I have 3 groups. Okay, I got my guy friends who are all into gamers, heavy gamers. And then there's the couples group where my girlfriend's involved and all that.
Right.
And my girlfriend, like, God bless her, dude, she's the biggest otaku.
Oh.
You know, and like
Okay.
when we first, I'm gonna tell you a small story. When we first met, she hid that from me, heavily.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's trauma.
She hid.
Yeah.
No. She told me.
Yeah.
She told me. She's like, yeah, I never told anyone I was into this. And I did not know how big of a geek she was until I showed her my side.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, I was
Then she opened up to you.
100%, but I was never ashamed of my side from the beginning. I was like, yeah, I'm going to this thing called.
That what is you are what you
Kinda like
are. You
reminds me
like
of that-
something, you like something.
Kind
Yeah,
of
but I told her I'm gonna
reminds
do
me
it.
of that episode from 2.5 Men, where Alan Harper was going on a date with this woman. All right, she took out a plastic bag, and then he took out a plastic bag, so they can take away the leftovers.
Yes.
The cheapness brought them
Comes together.
together.
Yeah.
I literally for me it was what's it called? It was I think it was Geekend.
Okay.
I told her, yeah, there's this thing called Geekend, and she's like, oh my god, you like this kind of stuff? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Oh my god, me too. I'm like, okay, why don't you tell me?
So that kind of
And
very
it just-
close.
it's
How
literally
long,
there.
how long have you known each other?
Almost 2.5 years now.
Or,
yeah.
How long did it take for her to confess her geekiness to you?
Not too long, because she immediately the first thing she told me, it started off slow. She's like, yeah, I like BTS, like the band.
Okay.
I was like, oh, cool.
Everybody does like.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even.
you know.
No, it was
I think
like
it's
the thing
overrated,
where
but
like,
okay.
yo, yeah, every
To each his
girl
own,
does
to each his own.
McDonald's
K-pop
sauce.
is
Yeah.
the thing. Come
Yeah.
on.
So I took her to, like, there was a movie. It was a BTS. It was a BTS live
Movie.
movie.
Up
It was a-
on
it was
that
a
on that
concert. It was a
event.
concert.
Yeah.
It was a
Okay.
concert. It was a
Okay.
concert, and they were playing it in the cinema.
Okay.
All right, it was just us two in the cinema. She was going bananas. I was on the phone for the remainder of the concert. But then later she was like, "Oh, I like BTS. I like all these K dramas." I'm like, "Oh, cool." You know, like I like watching Godzilla. I told her like, "Oh,
Yeah, you like your own,
my
you like,
thing
yeah.
is this." So she would share her side, and she would say, "Oh, I'd never tell this to anyone." I'm like, why? Oh, I get bullied.
What's so
Like,
hard?
why?
What's so hard?
You can tell me. You know, it literally started off that way, and then slowly I think when she saw my room and she saw the toys.
Yeah.
And she was like,
She
I'm
didn't
not
know,
gonna hold
okay.
back anymore.
He's my breed. He's my breed.
Hold on, I gotta hear this. What was her reaction?
Oh, she was like, oh my god, this place is heaven. She saw my room.
Okay.
Okay. And we were just hanging out, and she just saw the glass cabinet with toys in it.
Okay.
And Legos, and then literally above my bed are 2 lightsabers.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of
Ceiling?
Which one?
Why am I reminded of
look at that.
Howard Wolowitz's room and from Big Bang?
It might as well be that. It might as well.
Do you
be
have-
It might as well be that.
Do you have the remote with that?
No, you have to turn them on. Yeah.
He does with the remote.
Manually. No, he's got to do it manually. But
Yeah,
man,
but-
if you do remote, that would be.
Oh my god, it'd be nice. It's the ones from FX.
Yeah, one of-
okay.
They're meant to be just
Those are the collectors one, not
Those are
the.
the-
Yeah.
One of the greatest bios I have read on Twitter. It was if you show your vibe, you attract your tribe.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. That's a
was-
great.
That's
a
true.
saying or
That's true.
Nah, that's what somebody's bio. You know
Somebody
those
wrote
random
it.
people
Oh,
that like
okay.
pop
Well,
up in
somebody wrote it
places
on
and
the
stuff.
That's
and
a
you
great.
check-
That's literally.
It was like to this day, I say that is the best bio I've like read on Twitter.
I think that's one of the greatest quotes because that's literally how me and her connect. Because I would tell her like, not even tell her, I would just show her. And then slowly she'd be like, yeah, I like. And then like when we go
Then
to
she
like,
started opening up.
yeah, like it's the same. It's exactly the same thing. You know, her inner geek slowly came out, and then like we would go to like, for example, I don't know, junior bookstore. She would gravitate towards the mangas.
Okay.
I'm like, oh,
You like
this
it?
stuff?
Did he sells manga?
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta go check.
Mangas. They sell.
I gotta go check it out.
Comics, I've seen.
I've seen the comics, yeah.
They
I don't know
sell
what.
comics.
I don't know if they're like DC or Marvel or whatever,
Heavy
but
book
they have
comics,
those like
yeah.
Oh,
big
hard
The
comics.
digest.
volumes.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
volume
the whole
books.
story, huh? Okay.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, I don't read.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't really read. But
Like there's even English like
You know to read, but you don't read, right?
No, I don't.
Oh. Oh, listen.
I know how to read.
Listen. You gotta try mangoes when you're going on a long flight.
So much relaxed. So relaxed.
See, for me, like again,
I can't
it's the
travel
same-
without
it's
one.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know how to. It's the same. It's like I'm getting into anime. I don't like. It's like
Yo,
I'm
I would say as a nice introduction to the
anime?
anime world.
Note?
Give me.
Death Note.
I
No,
tried.
no.
I tried. Please.
Bro, it's a slow burner.
It's too
but seriously,
depressing.
trust
No,
me.
I
Bro,
want to blow my brains
trust
out,
me.
dude. No.
Bro, listen, I have.
Oh, and I watched Attack on Titan. I watched one season and I
Okay.
was traumatized.
No.
and I was-
Attack on Titan is overhyped and overrated.
See,
Give
that's
me
another
one,
answer,
give me-
gentlemen.
Okay, hold on.
Overrated and overhyped. Attack on Titan.
I feel like. Hold on, stop. What's your name, sir? Ayan? I feel like you have a lot to say. What do you have to say? Go on. Is it the only anime you watch? Can you come here?
I feel like it's a good story.
I feel like you want to get. Can we have one? Can we have one?
Up to him.
Close up today.
But here's the thing that I will say.
Up to you.
I as a geek, I
Okay.
lived in I am from a Iranian village, so to speak. It's like
Alright.
50,000 people over there.
Did you live in a cave?
But my
Under a
grandfather.
rock. SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, it was no. This is a true story. I was born in my granddad's house. Like
Okay.
I wasn't the generation that went to hospital and stuff like that.
Right.
Wait, this is really?
Yeah, like I was born in the house.
That's
like
OG.
then my sister's generation was the generation that was
okay.
like hospitals and stuff like that. Anyway, so every Iranian that I know out of like the community that I live in, like maybe 1% of us watch anime.
Okay.
So the introduction anime that I have had the most success with, and this is going with married men with kids, like old school Iranian people,
Okay.
young guys, old guys,
Probably a 90s anime. Go on.
but One Punch Man, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
One Punch Man's good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It's it's a good
like you said-
introduction into the world
Of
of
anime.
Like you
of
said about anime, I got in touch with anime after I came to Qatar. I didn't know about anime existed or a manga existed when I was back in India.
I really did try. Like I tried Attack on Titans. I was just no.
No, One Punch Man is small. It's like 10 episodes per season, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
10,
tried Death Note. It was like okay.
It's a
cool,
slow burner, but
it's-
trust me. But trust me.
So keep
Yeah,
going,
it's
push through,
amazing. It's
push through.
amazing.
Okay.
It gets good.
that's a story-driven one.
Yeah. Obviously,
It's one that
that's
you.
that's not a story-driven
But
one.
here's the-
It's a character-driven one.
But maybe that's I realized like once you give like a couple of give a shot, you're like okay maybe I'm not that kind of guy. Maybe it's not for me.
And the same thing happened with me for Breaking Bad. Couldn't finish it in one go or in one sitting. I had to
I'm
complete it in
I'm
a
gonna
year.
try and say come on really, but like okay,
Yeah,
fair enough,
seriously.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
seriously.
I'm
The
gonna put
same
my-
you faced in Attack on Titans.
Okay.
Like, see, it's a slow burner. Obviously, it's not for everyone. So you like of kind of see it.
Yeah, but
to a certain point, it kind of gets stretchy.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. All right, what kind of forget anime? What kind of shows do you like? I'm not talking. Okay, for not non-comedy shows. What's your style?
I want mystery and suspense and cliffhangers.
Mystery, suspense, and
Cliffhangers.
cliffhangers.
Cliffhangers. In it's intriguing. I want to go with like spontaneously. I want to watch all the episode. Like
You
it's
want to get to the point of
keeping
the
me-
last episode
Yeah.
that will
Connect you to the next episode.
continuation.
Yes.
Okay, so would you say
So
like
bingeable, like keeps
Bingeable?
you
Like Game of
binging.
Thrones. Game of
Okay,
Thrones.
so Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Mindhunters.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Dude, mine was
Yo,
Mindhunter.
I would say,
Oh yeah, to be honest, I like psychopathic.
have y'all seen
Dahmer?
Taboo?
Dexter.
Ooh.
Taboo?
Dahmer.
Tom Hardy?
Taboo,
Yo,
Taboo, yes.
Taboo.
Taboo, yeah.
It is, I believe, it's among Tom Hardy's best works.
performances.
Is it a show?
It's,
Best,
I
yeah.
think it's done by BBC Six.
Yes.
And
it's just one
it's,
season.
Is it a series?
So it's
it is
British.
renewed for a
It's British,
second
apparently.
season,
If it's
but
BBC.
Tom Hardy's on his first season.
I think he's in the second season as well.
Okay.
But because of
So
his
Tom Hardy
scheduled
is
production,
Venom.
Batman.
Yeah, but what's the show about?
Premises.
I believe 1800s England, and it's one of the reasons I say it's very good and it brings out what Tom Hardy can actually do is because British media does not hold back on anything.
I agree.
True.
Like they don't have that many.
Huh?
Adolescence. Have you seen Adolescence on Netflix? Man, it's
I've seen what's it
it's
called?
4-episode series, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The kid, the
Sherlock.
child actor.
Even Sherlock with
Sherlock, yeah.
with
Sherlock.
Benedict
With
Cumberbatch.
Benedict
Or I
Cumberbatch.
would even go further, say Dracula
Dracula, huh?
BBC's version
Isn't it
of
like the 4
Dracula,
episodes?
the 3
The 3
episodes.
episodes?
I would say it's actually a trilogy because each episode is an hour and a
Half.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was
Like
just
a
a
movie
trilogy
compilation.
released on
See
the
that
same
one?
day.
No, yeah.
That's actually really good. It's so underrated.
I would
liked it.
say it is the best personification
Of Dracula?
of Dracula,
I agree.
of what essence of Dracula.
I agree.
Like,
yeah, that's such a good way to put it.
Actually, there was an old show a while back. You ever seen The Tutors?
oh, that's so old.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but not
Early
that.
2000s.
Yeah, that actor who called Jonathan the guy who played Henry VIII.
Don't remember, know his face.
All right, he played another Dracula. Same. He played on a show called Dracula. All right.
You lost me. I'm not sure.
You want to watch Dracula? Watch What
I'm
We
so-
Do in the Shadows.
That was a good fun one.
What?
That's a good movie and a show.
Oh, and the show, yeah.
The show is
What
good.
We Do in the Shadows.
Here's another thing I
With
am
Waititi,
happy
Waititi.
that actually geeks became like I would say mainstream and more common.
This is what I
Where-
was coming to the question that do you believe with the networking and with the media expanding and the introduction of DC and the Marvel universe, this geek kind of idea, it exploded and
I think so.
yes.
and it got mainstream.
Definitely, bro.
do.
I mean,
It
think-
gave us Castlevania, the anime of
Oh, wow.
Castlevania. It
I was
gave
coming to
us-
that, the Netflix series Castlevania.
Oh, I
Oh,
loved
nice. It was
like
amazing.
I was ecstatic
What?
when I saw it came out.
Here's the question. Now, in terms of movie franchises, who is the most dominant franchise? Marvel.
Marvel.
No.
But they are going downhill now. They don't have ideas.
They're going down.
Let's wait until Doomsday and see what happens.
Exactly.
Let's wait
That's
till
why
that.
they got Robert Downey Jr. obviously.
Let's just wait. Yeah.
That's the point.
Saturation, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the point. You know, when they do it, all right. When Marvel dominated the franchise, the movie franchise.
Yeah.
It basically is like you
It became
cannot-
mainstream. It
But you
became mainstream.
cannot get work in movies
Yeah.
unless good work and repeated roles unless it's Marvel. You know, like if you get imagine
Like Robert Downey Jr. for example,
sorry,
Yeah.
Sebastian
he was
Stan.
going downhill in the career, but when he got casted as Iron Man, then his career showed up.
Peter
was
Dinklage.
every- Peter
Peter
Dinklage,
Dinklage. When he got
Game
the
of
role,
Thrones.
when he got the role of Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones, yeah.
yeah, he
Nobody knew before
was
him because he had done so many good movies.
Hold on, when Peter Dinklage got the role as Tyrion Lannister, he was about to go homeless.
Yeah.
he was living in his apartment, his friend's apartment, on the couch,
Oh, yeah.
on the couch, about to go homeless.
Oh, wow.
Game of Thrones happened.
Robert Downey Jr. was in jail, man. He came out, he got Iron Man, and then everything is like
Tim,
he's a legend,
Tim
man.
Allen for tax evasion.
Yes.
Well.
All right.
So many things
Even
to
Wesley
help their
Snipes.
careers.
Oh, yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Blade
Wesley,
three.
so
Now,
Wesley
now,
Snipes has
now,
so much, man.
now, I'll tell you one thing. Because now, I don't think at this point Wesley Snipes will remain till this day the only Blade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are cancelled the Blade
They
movie.
cancel, yeah.
How many rewrites?
A lot.
How many?
They didn't
recasts?
cancel it. It's
How
not-
many?
it's
How
not
many
coming
changed
out.
direct-
It's not coming out.
How many changed
Yeah.
directors?
Yeah.
But the Blade 3 was a hell production wise.
It's because
Wesley Snipes was such a pain.
he made a lawsuit that Ryan Reynolds and
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel
Yeah.
got more screen time than he did.
Wow.
But he in some scenes, you know, he closed his eyes while shooting. He was acting like he's sleeping, and they had to do it while when
What?
VFX.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a very big scandal back then.
Well,
So it revived many people's career.
Not want to hear another scandal?
Wow.
Jessica Biel broke a $30,000 camera
While shooting for Blade.
while she not only while she was shooting for Blade, while she was shooting an arrow.
oh.
Ah,
did you hit it?
okay.
By accident or?
No, I think it was by accident, but she actually shot it down.
Oh, wow.
A $30,000 camera was shot
That's
down
good
while
aim,
she was
though.
doing
Good aim.
it was
It was by mistake, but
it was
good
the
aim.
final. It was the final battle scene. All right.
In the Trinity.
the Trinity.
Talk
yes.
about a mic drop moment, you know?
Yeah.
So
She
good. Like,
shot it.
Shot the camera. Glass.
Shot
Go
the
home.
camera.
Go home. Khali Wali, we are done.
30,000.
I was gonna refer this conversation back to how trends, back to the Labubu thing,
Okay.
okay, and all these crazy Marvel movies shot like going crazy, and you know, like the nerds are on a rise. Do you think it's the same thing? Like now that it's okay to be a nerd, it's kind of like the Labubu thing.
Yeah.
It's like famous people, it's okay.
They are embracing
well,
it, so
think of
now
it-
it's famous.
Well, think of
Exactly.
it this way: we live in a culture, especially in Qatar here, all right, where it's okay for some people to say now that you can be yourself. Being a geek is no longer a taboo or something to be
But
hidden.
do you
It's a-
believe
it's
it's
a
still
badge
underdevelopment?
of honor now?
No, but do you think ki this geek culture in Qatar, especially, it's still under development stage, or have we?
That's from,
if we're
that's
talking
from a
here,
commercial side.
That's commercial. Yeah, depends.
Commercial.
I would say yes. I would say yes, because if you think about it, the things that we are in are not niches anymore. It has become a norm.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the more niche you get into things, they would still experience like, yo, you're so weird for that, you know?
It's still
Yeah.
it's still a little taboo. I still think in some cases, I'm actually
It depends
happy,
on what you like, though.
but,
yeah.
I'm actually happy that it's still a taboo because then it makes it a little exclusive. You know,
yes.
if it's everyone's a nerd, then it's like not as exclusive. I think it's nice that
We're having a close-knit society.
I
In
like
our-
the fact
but
that
in our community, in Qatar community.
in Qatar, anywhere in general.
No, but here's
you know?
now the community is growing. Think about Henry Cavill. He was
He's such
one
a
of
big
the.
gamer.
He became the forefront market man, even though that it's like unintentional. He would love to do it, but he became a forefront and market man for Warhammer.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah,
nobody
yes,
used
yes.
to
I was
know
literally
what
just gonna-
Warhammer was before.
He showed
He
He
read
says
the
it.
Witcher
Master
books,
Race.
starring as the
No,
Witcher.
but The Witcher was a secondary thing. Like people
Before
learned
that, before
about
that.
Warhammer
I know.
way before learning
Yeah.
about it. Like
But
that
what
was.
what I was gonna say, what I was gonna add to that point
Yes.
was they saw a guy like Henry Cavill, this guy who's jacked, somewhat
Beat the shit out of Tom Cruise and
yeah, you know,
with the gun.
Yeah.
just you know, beast of a human being.
yes.
Talking
They did that scene in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Oh yeah. No, but what I'm saying
The
is,
Calvary.
no,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, they took that dude,
Yes. Yes.
okay, and then he was like, yeah, I like Warhammer, and I like
PC gaming.
I like PC gaming. I like building PCs.
Yeah.
They're like, and that's when the
People
other
were shocked.
when the
And
geeks,
that was in news everywhere.
no, when this and the geeks who hide it, they're like, oh my god, if he likes it, then we can come out.
Yes,
we can all
yeah.
you know?
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
he made it cool.
Him, I think one of the two most influential ones. It was Henry Cavill
Yeah.
and Sofia Vergara's husband.
Magic Mike.
Wait
Kate
deep
Winslet.
into Dungeons
Joe
and
Manganiello.
Dragons.
Yes.
and he's the one
Even
like.
Terry Crews. Terry Crews is into Dungeons and Dragons.
But it
He
was
likes building
because
PCs as well.
it was because Sophia. It was because Sophia would go on talk shows and talk
And
about
say
his
this,
husband doing like this type of thing called Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, man.
That it became normal to talk about and do.
Yeah, exactly. So if I had to if I had to give you like my final thought, that I feel like it's just okay to embrace
What you are.
what you are.
Your
And
inner
I think you just embrace it, because whether you like it or not, you're a geek regardless. You just don't know it.
you
you
can
know-
become your own version of cool.
Exactly. You're like I said, if you're into cars, guess what, buddy?
Yeah, you can make it your strength. You can make it
Yeah,
your
exactly.
strength.
You're a geek. If you're into powerlifting, you're into the gym, you
You're a
spend
geek.
hours in the gym, you're so dedicated about this one split cat. Well,
You're
guess
a
what,
geek,
buddy?
man.
You're a geek.
Sorry to say
So I
that,
just say embrace
but
it.
you
man.
are geek.
Just embrace it, man. Yeah.
Hey, yo,
Abdulrahman?
if you show your vibe, you attract your tribe. Bro.
I like that, man. Exactly.
It's
Such a good saying.
it was the greatest bio I've ever read.
So good. Well
And
said.
it's true, and it's true. You find it, you're happier, you flourish, you blossom.
That is the
Exactly, man.
most inspirational thing you ever said in your entire life.
Hey yo, I've cut my hair, so it does not stand
Ah,
my
If
body.
you know, if you notice our previous
gained some
podcast, he had longer hair.
Yeah.
He had longer
Should
hair.
have kept it.
So he's a human now. Abdulrahman, final thoughts?
What's your final thought, bro?
Well, I'm glad as well that our community is able to be more open, more and more about becoming a geek. It's true they keep the conservative side, and that's good. All right, we have to keep the conservative side. There's always limitations about being geeks. If you let it all out, it's a crap will happen. People will be out of control. There will be long ass lines in stores waiting for something to be bought. You know, chaos will ruin it. So it's a good thing to keep geeks. I don't want to say a
Say it.
leash. I don't want to say a leash,
It should be niche.
but
Small-
leash, as in
Yeah,
to keep
not
them
leash,
under
yeah.
control. Keep them under
Nah,
control.
but here's what was nice about us geeks. We were not under control to follow the norms. We
That's
liked
because
something
geeks are never
and we
under
dove deep
that's
into
because
it.
when social
We go
media
crazy.
that's because when internet and social media hit here in Qatar,
It start growing.
it started growing.
Yeah.
Started growing. Instagram, Facebook,
People
all that.
people started coming out.
People start coming out. I mean, can you say there is not one geek post you would share with a friend of yours or in a group? No.
Oh, now
I will
there's
share it.
everything. That's
As
the
soon as I
beauty
get the
about it.
news, I will share it with my friends.
Exactly.
Did you
Like-
hear about it or not?
Yeah. Did you hear this game came out?
And
Did you
that
hear this
helps in
show
much
is gonna-
bonding much better.
Thank you.
It's-
Exactly.
And it's not just in the world of media, bro. There are people who are way deep into, I don't know, growing gardens, doing pottery,
Yeah.
finding out what type of, like, James Irwin or whatever that guy's name was. Like, I saw a dude who was like so infatuated by spiders, bro. He had like a spider house in he was living in a spider house. Like, bro, how can you live
Is he
in this house?
insane?
Did it-
I even, but he had very interesting points. Oh, this type of spider was.
I'm telling you, everyone has their own
the-
thing, man.
Yeah,
You're a geek in your own world, man.
yo, it was scary as shit. Like that room was I believe it's a torture room. Like drop a chick in there and close the door.
Wow.
But that dude, you felt like you could ask any question about spiders,
Out of
and he
curiosity,
would have
just
the answer.
To get back to that point, you would drop a chick in that room and leave her
And
there.
close the door. Yes, that's how terror. Like you can hear
That's like
terror of
Aragog
that
from
room.
Harry Potter.
I would go save her, but you would drop
Hagrid's
her.
pet.
Nice, man.
The same, there's one guy.
Hey
in
yo, I
Australia.
live my life for it with the phrase for the shits and giggles.
I give up.
But you felt that you could ask that guy whatever question about spiders,
spiders?
and he would answer you.
But that's his passion. He made
Yeah,
a life
that
out of
he
it.
geeked out about
It's
spiders.
a creepy passion, but you know.
There's a guy in Australia. He's breeding snakes. He's just crazy for snakes. You can ask anything about snakes.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
everybody's got their own thing.
whatever you feel.
What about your final thoughts?
Final thoughts is okay, it's good that we are growing, and I think that we should be a little niche about it. If it explodes, it's kind of mainstream too much. Everybody will get to enter into this, and that will be overcrowded.
Fair enough. I don't think it'll ever get to a point where it's gonna explode. I still think it'll contain itself.
The way things are going, I think, because of social media and everything.
Yeah,
We
it won't-
gatekeep very.
But no, like geeks.
Pandora's box.
No, they know how to keep their own. They know how to what's it called? They know how to
Keep the
that-
community safe, huh?
Exactly. I think they do. I really think they.
Inshallah.
You know,
Inshallah.
yeah.
You know, we got security guards and all that stuff. If, like, let's say there's a big event that's a big geeky event, not geekdom, something else.
No, I'm talking like a metaphorical safety.
Metaphorically.
Oh yeah,
Metaphor.
Not,
No,
not the community.
I'm saying,
know.
in the literal sense, there's always a way to keep peace.
Oh, yeah. The literal sense is
Oh, yeah.
But not even in the metaphorical sense. We had, like actual passionate geeks. They would gatekeep the hell out of whatever they're into.
Yeah, of course.
So with the thoughts, we'll conclude this podcast.
This was an amazing.
This was great,
podcast.
man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
liked
fun.
a lot. Thank you for
great
coming,
having
man.
you here.
Yo,
Enjoyed
I
it.
said a quote that I saw on Twitter, and I will say the Instagram version. I love there's a 2-second clip of a woman that says, "Say the weird things."
No,
on
say the weird things. Say the
Like,
weird
yeah, geeks, like show it.
Show it, yeah.
Show it.
Do not be afraid to show your real colors. You are a geek. Be proud and be a geek. Don't just limit yourself to one community. Branch out into different geek communities. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Whatever brings you peace, man. Just
Tough
do
always,
it. Just
exactly.
do
Oh
it.
yeah. Whatever. It's not just what brings you peace. What brings you joy.
No, it will help you grow.
Oh yeah. It will help you grow as a person and make more friends. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that final thoughts, thanks for joining us, Ahmed. Really,
Thank you for having me, man.
Sam,
Thank you for
great,
having me.
great having you back.
It's nice to be back, bro.
For me,
It's a
it's
pleasure.
always a pleasure, my
Thank
friend.
you, bro.
All right. Well, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from Qatartainment. And with that final thought, here's a question: what is your proudest geek moment? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next week for another podcast for Control Geek by Qatartainment. See you.
Good night.